This is Magog's House of Pain, and we're taking a look at some of the fights of note at UFC 169. February 1st, Newark, New Jersey. Jamie Varner is facing Abel Trujillo. And before I wrote off Abel versus Roger Bowling, who was a heavy-handed wrestler, kinda like Jamie, and it's kinda weird to find out that Varner is 29 and Roger Bowling is 31. That said, I still feel that there's too much wear and tear on Varner, if not as much as Bowling had. Abel has one loss in 2011, and it's versus a guy who's earned the right to face Gilbert El Nino Melendez for top contendership. He has strong hands, and despite some of my detractors, I'd call this fight a lock. I don't see how people think that Arizona Combat Sports is going to help Mr. Varner outsmart Trujillo or outwork. I see Jamie crumbling and putting in a valid effort, maybe even a fight of the night, but fall he shall. Next up is a has-been versus a never was. Mir is facing Reem in what was supposed to be a loser leaves town fight, and Dana White has gotten cold feet about giving either fighter over to Viacom and or Bellator. And just like that, the fight has kind of lost its appeal. It was supposed to be a life and death fight between two former top 10 fighters to keep their job. Now we just get to see who the bigger gatekeeper is. I was going to go with Mir just because he was more well-rounded and hard-working, but simply put, I'm just sick and tired of Mir underperforming. I won't be surprised by any outcome in this fight, outside of this fight being awesome for 3 rounds. If it gets out of the first round, I feel it will potentially become very dull. It'll hardly be a wonder if Reem blows this fight with his clownish antics like he did with Antonio Silva. If Mir will get fence clinched and defeated like he did versus Cormier. Next up is a fight I'm excited for, or I was over a long time ago, Aldo versus Lames. I say a long time ago because Lames earned that title shot a while back when he finished Eric Koch via strikes, who has since stopped being an impressive win. He's also beaten Hatsuo Hooki, who also stopped being an impressive win. He beat Cub Swanson all the way back in 2011. So it feels like he's only really had one fight per year on his imposing definite 3-fight win streak. He's been off for over a year now, and he's facing Aldo, who's shown in the Chad Sung Jung fight that Aldo is prepared to be ruthless to keep his title. Aldo sometimes comes more prepared than other times, but he often rises to the occasion. So we'll see how this goes. That said, I'm going with Aldo. He seems more reliable. Faber steps in for Dominic Cruz to face Hennenbrau for the 135-pound title. It's a great fight. It's going to be some very high-level shit. And the only problem is, it's something that we've seen twice before. Faber versus Aldo, Faber versus Barao, where Faber will get gobbled up by leg kicks. I think Faber deserves this fight, and it'll look good, but I'm highly skeptical that it'll come out to be anything other than what it did before. So till next time, this is Magog reminding you, don't spit into the wind, don't give up your back, and don't make bets you can't afford.